Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your monthly tarot advice video for the month of March. And as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And if anything does happen to resonate, you'll have to let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you'd like to explore any of these topics a little bit deeper, or you have a completely different question, I now offer private video readings, and those are linked down below as always. Without further ado, we'll just jump right in here. We are doing a little bit of a different style of videos here, but I really hope you guys do enjoy it. First, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Two of Wands, and we have the Sun. And we also have the World on the bottom of the deck here. Let me just place this down. So we're going to start with your current energy for this month, and we have the Seven of Cups. So I feel like there's a lot of indecisiveness in your energy. You have almost infinite choices in front of you, and it feels like some may be more glowing than others, but again, you still don't know what to pick. And I feel like you're still in the very early stages of something here. We have 111 on the timer. With the Ten of Swords, I feel like you've had an ending of some kind, and it feels catastrophic, and this is particularly to do with work or career, your purpose or a project or a hobby. But again, this does feel like some kind of catastrophic ending. It felt so big, it felt like it would never stop hurting, but now you're still laying there, and these 10 swords in your back haven't killed you, and you've not moved on, you've not healed, you've just laid there, and the world has kept moving. And I think now you're realizing that you do need to get up. You know, you do need to get up and move forward and start planning things, because, you know, time is not forever. We don't have all the time in the world. We don't know how much time we have. And I feel like you're kind of understanding that you do have a choice in how you feel, how you think, how you react, and that your attitude towards this definitely does affect your outcome, you know? 222 on the timer as well. I feel like you're really learning and growing here, and understanding that you can have a positive outcome if you start to think a little bit more positively. And the Sun is honestly the most positive and best card in the tarot deck. It is all about wish fulfillment, positivity, change, and all of this is coming to you. But I think you just need to flip your brain and start to think a little bit more positively, and understand that, you know, when you move away from certain chapters of your life, they will hurt, but they don't have to hurt forever, and you don't have to mourn them forever, and you don't have to let them hurt forever. So, we also have the Sun on the bottom of the deck there. We're going to start clarifying these cards a little bit deeper. So what is this Seven of Cups? What is this choice that Sagittarius has to make this month? What is this choice that Sagittarius has to make here? I do think this choice is very much, we have the Knight of Pentacles. It has to do with your outlook. Your outlook affects the outcome. If you think positively, if you hope positively, if you plan for positive things, then positive things are likely to happen. If you expect the worst, if you hope for the worst, then the worst is likely to happen. What was this ending for Sagittarius here? What was this ending that they went through? It was very emotional. It's a very emotional ending, and I feel like it was almost a shock to you. Maybe you weren't usually such a emotional person. The High Priestess makes me feel like you almost saw it coming, but you didn't expect it to hurt so much. You had some kind of, I don't want to say spiritual hints, but you had some kind of intuition guiding you. You kind of knew. Maybe you had whispers. Collaborations didn't really go as planned, but I don't think anyone was out to get you, and I think you're just kind of wallowing now, Sagittarius. What is this Knight of Cups? Because this is to do with relationships and love, and the Knight of Cups is all about being more open with your emotions, being a bit more mature, you know, being a bit more understanding, willing to change, willing to grow, not stewing in emotions. So let's see, what is this Knight of Cups for you, Sagittarius? What is this Knight of Cups, Sagittarius? Ooh. So I feel like there probably wasn't ending in relationships, and it feels hard to move forward. I think you had a lot riding on it. It was supposed to be stable and secure, and I think it was supposed to be your future, and closure and acceptance are very big here. And how you move forward. You can't just keep yourself guarded forever. I feel like indecision here is really a big... Indecision and outlook are your big downfalls here, Sagittarius, is what the energies I'm feeling. For the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands here is about home, family, or personal life. And it's all about planning. You have the world in your hands. You could go anywhere, you can do anything, but you're not. You're staying here, you're planning. I feel like you're almost too worried to start planning because of things that go wrong. Everything could go wrong, you know? You've been hurt, Sagittarius, in the past, but you've learnt your lessons. I feel like a lot of the cards coming out is you, like, feeding into your own injuries and wallowing in them. There's a lot of stagnation when you're begging for movement, but you're not moving. You're staying stuck. You're not taking action. You're not making plans, yet you're crying about feeling stuck. The best way to navigate the month, and the advice for you, is the Sun. There is positivity coming for you. There really is. I want to clarify this. What is this positivity? Friendships? Friendships could be a very important thing for you this month, on getting you out there, on making you feel a bit better. You know, everything feels... you know how when you're younger and people say, drink enough water, you know, go get a walk out in the sun, you know, do some exercise, you'll start to feel better. And the whole time you're like, that won't work. And then when winter comes and it's dark and miserable and cold and everybody gets depressed, and then spring happens and you're like, well, maybe things aren't so bad, because you get to go out into the sun and you're exercising again and you're seeing your friends again. And I feel like that's very important for you right now, is to remember where you find enjoyment. You know, if you find enjoyment by doing things by yourself, in staying inside and sitting in bed all day, then fine. But I feel like you're going to find a lot more enjoyment by going out with your friends, doing things, following your dreams. And stop kidding yourself. You know these things. You just don't want to believe them. I think that's the energy. You know all of this, Sagittarius. You just don't want to believe it. You just don't want to accept it. That is a big thing here. Acceptance, outlook, moving on. That is the very theme for you this month, Sagittarius. And I think with that, I think that's everything that I have for you here. Again, if it did resonate, please do let me know. Like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. Thank you so much for watching this far. I truly appreciate you.